Good evening, everyone. I am the creator and one of the two co-founders of the Gratitude and Appreciation Summits International, and it's Thankful Thursday Reflections.
And what's your name?
Oh, my name is Jeanette. Hello,
There we
everyone.
go.
Jeanette. I'm just so excited.
And I'm Kathy, and I am Gratitude and Appreciation
Co-founder.
Co-founder, there we go. Thank you, Jessica. I think our guest knows more than I do right now.
And Kathy, because all these amazing little faces are going to be into real people on our screen on Saturday.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're also excited and tongue-tied, because we're less than 48 hours.
We are so excited. And tonight, this is take 3 for Jessica Williams. We are so glad to have you with us again tonight. And if you've been tuning into our past shows, we've had her for the last 2 months. She is the executive director of Access Youth Outreach Services here in the Tri-Cities area in BC, British Columbia, Canada. And she's been talking a lot about Youth Gourmet, which is the program that I saw in the news and brought her on because of what she's doing. But she's going to tell us a little bit about a new project that's come up with you folks that we're really excited to hear
about this.
Yes, so thank you for having me again. I thought I would talk to you guys tonight about our founding program that has actually been in operation for nearly 30 years. It is the program that started Access before it was even Access, and we have made some very important changes to this program to match it up to current need and demand. And that big change is that we are now authorized to be a harm reduction supply distributor. So now with this program, so let me backtrack a bit and give you a bit more history about Project Reach Out. So Project Reach Out operates in the Tri-Cities and the Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows communities on Friday and Saturday nights from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. at the moment, and that's due to COVID, but traditionally we operate from 7 p.m. until midnight. And we go and connect with youth who are at risk, who are homeless, they're on the streets, and we provide them with food, clothing. We do crisis counseling, risk management. We will connect them to shelter and housing if that's what they need. We provide personal hygiene products, anything and everything that you can think of. Our bus is a mobile youth center. So our kids before COVID were allowed to come and hang out on the bus. We would play games. We'd have great conversations. We would do sex education, intimate relationship education, all of that type of good stuff that kids need to learn and understand about. And most recently, we just got authorized through the BC CDC to become a harm reduction supply distributor. So this means now we are trained in naloxone administration, and also in how to educate our youth who are users on how to properly inject. And we can supply our youth with naloxone, clean needles, clean cookers, pipes, tubing, whatever it is that they need to make sure that their drug use is as safe as possible.
Oh, wow.
And this is a very important shift for Access because way back in the day when I used to work the bus 10 years ago, I remember having arguments with my executive director at that time saying, this is something we need to do. This is what has to happen. And it was never willing to unfold that way. Now, Access Youth Outreach Services has a very close relationship with the Tri-City Community Action Team for the Opioid Crisis and Awareness Prevention. And we celebrated our 5th year anniversary since the declared opioid crisis on April 14th, which is just absolutely heartbreaking that we haven't been able to make the big impact and changes that are needed. Also, COVID has just exacerbated addiction in a huge way. There's even people who have never been addicts, but now they're dealing with some sort of addiction because coping in this pandemic has been very hard. So within partnership with the TC CAT, who aligned us with the right health services and what have you, we finally have received our harm reduction supplies. Our staff is being trained, and by the end of May, we will be ready to go. And when we're on the streets, we've got all of the equipment and gear that is needed to counteract an overdose and to also supply our youth who are in need to make sure their drug use is safe as possible.
So
Wow.
I have a bit of a follow-up question because I love that harm reduction. So I'm
Mhm.
an at-risk youth. You've got me to a point where, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I now want to get better. So what services are you able to either direct them to or refer them to? Because, some people come to the breaking point and then they need to know, where do I go from here?
Yes, and that's one of the lovely things about Access is we have so many different avenues of programs and services. And a program that we have called the Youth Empowerment Worker Program that complements Project Reach Out is we have youth empowerment workers who are our one-to-one support. And so they are assigned very specific cases, and these youth empowerment workers work directly with the youth in a one-to-one fashion to make sure that they are meeting these goals. And this person are like our youth empowerment worker, or you, we call them, YEW, you. And we say you is all about you. Our youths will get them into treatment if that's the avenue that they want. They will take them to AA if that's the avenue that they want, because when it comes to recovery and when it comes to treatment, you can't band-aid addiction treatment, right? It's very individual, it's personalized, and our youths really make sure that when we are supporting an addict who wants to get clean, that it's individualized, it's personal, and it's meaningful to that addict, because that is what creates longer term success and reduces relapse.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's good
Wow.
to know. That's
I
really
can't
good to know.
believe how empowering all of that is, and moving in the right direction for the young people in this area. And it would be nice if this model was like across the country, quite frankly, because it's a problem across the country.
It
And
is, it is. It's not just in BC. Like, yes, BC is in a crisis, but I'm also from Alberta, and I was facilitating a Housing First program for youth. And I can tell you, the problem is just as bad out there as well, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So fentanyl is very real. Heroin is very real. Addiction is very real. And it takes shape and form regardless of age, race, gender. It
Yeah,
happens, and
absolutely.
you have to
And
have the right tools and skill set to support these persons, because no matter what, they're not addicts, they're people, they're humans who deserve
Yeah.
love and compassion and understanding.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's such a misunderstood area as well. The average Joe public. I mean, Jeanette, I know that you had a major accident, a few years ago, and you actually felt the addiction started to come on and had to put the halt on it. And it's every people, you don't know when you're walking down the street who's got these problems. So as we're leading up to Saturday, and we are looking for donations for your charity, because we believe that it's a great cause. Can you tell us just briefly, before we end this call, what those donations would go towards, and how best can we help you?
So our donations, we really commit them to supplies and goods and services that we can directly give to our clients. So when it comes to like salaries and what have you, that we deal with on our own, but then our donations, we definitely make sure that we can always have food, that we can always have clothing, that we can always have bus tickets, that we can always have, gift cards and what have you, to be able to give to our youth who are in need and on the streets.
Oh, that's beautiful. And of course, that's where I found you on the news, delivering these meals to the homes for people that needed food. And we
Yes,
all need
yeah.
food. Yeah. It's one of
And,
our
and
basic
Kathy,
needs.
yeah, and Kathy couldn't call me fast enough after she watched it on the news. She said, "Do you get the news?" I'm like, "I don't have cable TV," and she just was going on and on and on and on and on, and I was so in alignment. Anywhere that somebody is feeding somebody else, I'm so aligned. There's such abundance in this world, and there's enough to go around. We just need to know, number one, where we can share and where it's going to make the biggest impact. And that's the beautiful part about what you're doing. And your whole story, and I know you're going to share a lot more at our event on Saturday, about the holistic approach that Access Youth Outreach Services has. So it's
Yes.
really cool. I'm excited to have you speak and have our attendees, Kathy, donate
Yes.
during the event, as well as when you register for your ticket, because you can still register for your ticket right now. And there's an opportunity when you register that you can donate. So if you want to get right into the event on Saturday and go, you know what, I've already donated, or while you're hearing the event and you're donated, we want to make sure we've got you covered with all the different avenues.
So please check out our website, gassummit.ca with one S, gassummit.ca, 9:45 to noon. It's not a big long day. And here in this area, it's supposed to rain. So what better way than to cheer yourselves up by learning more about gratitude, appreciation, listening to our guest speakers, and seeing Jessica again is sharing more information about what her charity is about. Oh, Jeanette, I love you. So thank you so much for coming on again tonight, Jessica, and giving us your time.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Ladies, we got to warm up our hands, got to warm up our hands and get our hearts ready. 1, 2, 3. Kindness out to the world.
Yeah. Be good to one another.
Bye-bye, everybody.